Hey y'all, I got this idea. That's how I do things. I come up with the ideas and I try to make the recipe. So my idea is to stuff some poblano peppers, kind of like I did Grandma's stuffed peppers, but kind of with a Mexican flair. So I've never done it before, but I'm going to make them kind of the same way. I'm going to cook, I got some rice here, some hamburger, obviously some poblano peppers, couple jalapenos, some garlic, some enchilada sauce, some V8 juice, some salt, some pepper, some sour cream, and I got onion powder because I went to the store. I've been cooking all weekend and I didn't get enough onions, and I'm just not going back to the store. I'm going to use onion powder. So, and I'm sure I'm missing some things, but you just have to follow the video through to see what I'm missing and how I exactly put it together in the end. But how I'm going to start this out is I'm going to cook the rice like the package says, but instead of using water, I'm going to use that V8 juice. That's a trick that my family uses when we make stuffed peppered, so I'm going to do it the same way here. So let me get that ready, get the garlic cut up, get the jalapenos cut up. Oh yeah, I'm going to put black beans in with it too, and I don't have those out here, so yeah, there should be a can of black beans at least out here. But just stick with me, and let's see if I can't make something that turns out pretty good. Alright, I just wanted to give a quick clip in here. That's the rice when it got done. And over here I got the jalapenos and the garlic. I got the black beans are draining, and I got the hamburger. I don't want to make a ton of this filling because I don't know how this is going to work out, so I don't want to waste any more if it doesn't turn out. But I'm not going to use all that rice. So anyways, I'll show you how I mix it up here in just a minute. Alright, I'm going to have to just play with this. That's maybe a half a pound of hamburger. This is a cup of rice with 2 cups of V8 juice. So we'll put that there. Well, great. Lost the black beans. Put some black beans in there. And so now it's got jalapenos, garlic, hamburger, rice, black beans. We're going to throw some pepper in there. Some onion powder, because like I said, I ran out of onions. But if you had fresh onions, you could use those. Throw some onion powder in there. And then I'm going to throw some salt in there. A couple shakes of that. And then all I'm going to do is stir it up. Ow! That rice is hot. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That's all we're going to do. I'm not going to make you watch this, but let me get this stirred together and we'll get these peppers stuffed and get this thing on its way. Alright, I got a porcelain pan here that's been sprayed with non-stick. And the only trick is going to be getting the filling down in that pepper without splitting that pepper. And you can see this one's already starting to split there. So I'm going to try to hold it like together with my hand and just very gently start pushing hamburger down in there. And like I said, folks, I know everybody, well, what's the recipe? How much of this? How much of that? I don't know. It's it's just whatever sounds good to me, whatever I think, will work. So there again, if you want more rice in yours or you want less rice, put more in it. Make it the way that you think would be good. I'm just showing you how I like to be creative in the kitchen. Somebody gave me a kudos on that the other day. Said that they liked when people were creative in the kitchen, and yeah, I mean that's what I like to do. I like to when I sit around and I think or I see something on Food Network, watching a food show or something, and I think, well, that'd be good, or maybe here's another version of the same kind of a thing. I wonder if this would work. You all get to see most of the time anymore how I work this out. And you just want to try to stuff that down in there the best you can without splitting that pepper. It seems like it's getting down in there pretty good, but it's one of those things that you won't know you've overstuffed it till that pepper splits wide open, and there you go. You ain't got nothing no more. So I think that one's pretty good. So as you can see, I think it's got burger down there in the bottom, and it's not pushing down anymore, so it's as far as it's going to go without splitting it. And then I'm just going to lay these in here. So again, I'm not going to make you watch me stuff all these peppers. But once I get them stuffed, I'll come back and tell you how it worked out and show you how I lay them in the pan. Alright, so far so good. Actually, if I would have had 2 or 3 more peppers, that would have filled this whole thing in, and I had about this much of the meat mixture left over. What, maybe a hamburger patty's worth. But anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to cover these in enchilada sauce. Now, I knew I wouldn't have enough enchilada sauce, and so what also I'm going to do is finish putting this in V8 juice. So there you go. Now I'm going to stick it in the oven on 350 for about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. Then we're going to pull it out. We're going to pull off this broth. I'm going to stir in some flour and some sour cream. Then we're going to put it back in the oven, cook it for about another 45 minutes or so to give it a thick kind of a creamy gravy. So anyways, I'll show you when we do all that, but I just kind of wanted to let you know what steps are coming next. Alright, it's been in the oven at 350 for right at about an hour. And now what I'm going to do is drain that gravy off. I'm going to start by... well, let me get some things set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of flour with a little bit of this and mix it together. And then I'm going to take the rest and put it in a bowl. We're going to mix that with the sour cream, and we're going to pour it back over. But let me reset the camera so I can get to where I'm going to mix this stuff up at. This is all just an experiment, folks. Like I say, there is no recipe. So what I'm going to do, so I got quite a bit of gravy there, so I'm going to take 2 good tablespoons of flour. Maybe a little more. A little shot extra. And I'm going to pull some of this off. Without trying to make a mess. Alright. So there we go with that. And then I'm going to, if you have a whisk, that'll work. Otherwise, the trick is going to be to get this smooth. And I may have to add more stuff to it, because we don't want no clumps in it. Yeah, we're going to have to add some more to that. It smells good, I can tell you that. Whether it actually is going to turn out and work, I don't know, but it smells good. Alright, I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me stir this together because I'm not sure how long it'll take, but you get the idea of what I'm going to do here. And of course, I'll come back and tell you how it worked out. Alright, that's just the juice there. So, now we're going to add some sour cream to that. You want to pull this out for 2 reasons. 1, you can't stir it when it's in there with the peppers. But 2, you want it to cool a little bit so you don't curl this sour cream up. But there's no guarantee that we're not going to do that anyhow. I haven't added any of the flour mixture to it yet. And that's probably almost a what is that? 24 ounces. That's probably about 20 ounces of sour cream I added to that. Now what I'm going to do, I did find a whisk, and it worked better to do the what do you call it, the flour mixture. It got that going right away. So with the same whisk, stir the sour cream in. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna add this other stuff to it kind of slow, because I I think we made too much of that, to be honest. I mean, this stuff's thick like paste, and I guess it's supposed to be. But, I don't want this gravy to be that way. Well, that's going to be alright. It's funny because I come up with these ideas and these concoctions, right? So I call Dad, I tell him what I want to do, and he helps me put together cooking times and things like that. But you got to understand, he's doing that from 450 miles away, not knowing exactly how much product I got or what I'm doing exactly, just for me trying to explain them. And you see how I cook, so it's not like I can tell him, oh, I got exactly 20 ounces or this. I'm like, well, I got about a jar and a half, you know? So it's a mess, man. But in the end, usually what I make turns out tasting good. At least it tastes good to me. Yeah, I think we're going to be alright with this stuff. And if we're not, y'all don't have to eat it, I do. So, let me get this right here. Just hope I got a bowl big enough. Oops. I don't want that. That had flour in the bottom of it. So, that's what we're going to go with right there. That looks good and smooth and all. Yeah, it looks good there. So, back to the whisk. Yeah, let me give this a stir. Again, I hate keeping y'all around while all I'm doing is stirring in a bowl. So let me give this a stir and I'll bring you back here in a minute. Alright, so now it's back in the oven on 350 for another, let's say about 30-45 minutes. And what that's going to do is help get that flour flavor out of it and finish roasting everything together. So I'm excited. This stuff looks like I thought it would. It looks good. So anyways, yeah, let me bring you back when it comes out of the oven the last time. Alright, there you go. That's the finished deal there. Actually, I put it in for about minus 6, what, about 39 minutes, say about 40 minutes. So I cooked it for about an hour, pulled off the sauce, did what you seen me do, put it back in the oven for about 40 minutes at 350, and I think that's going to be good. So let me let it cool for a minute and get one served up, and we'll do a taste test, see if it turned out tasting as good as it looks. Man, I'm excited to try these. I know everybody was sitting out there saying, where's the cheese? There's the cheese. I put it on afterwards. I figured when I was trying to stuff everything in there, you weren't going to get enough in there to make a difference. You know? Look at that. Let me get back in here. Yeah, that hamburger got down to the end. There you go. Look at that. It's cooked all the way through. Of course, that was a big question, is, you know, how long will it take to get all of that hamburger done? And we even debated on whether we should cook the hamburger, you know, before we put it together. I felt that we shouldn't because I didn't want it to get too tender, but holy smokes. Oh man. Yeah, that's as good as I thought it was going to be. If you like the Poblano pepper, man, that's good. It's got some kick to it, though, I'll tell you that. Woohoo! Poblanos are mild, but them jalapenos I got this weekend, they were stout. So, oh man, there again, folks. You got. I mean, please understand. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to come across as Chef Gordon Ramsay or Bobby Flay or anybody. I'm surely not. But, my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, I love when a plan comes together like that. Yeah. There again, I couldn't imagine it was going to turn out that good. Man. Those are awesome. Anyways, hope y'all have enjoyed watching me make something that I thought of, being a little creative in the kitchen. But, man, it's a little bit of work. It's probably not as much work now that you see how it's done. A lot of the stress comes along in that you don't know how it's going to turn out. You're using ingredients, it's costing money. You're hungry for dinner, blah blah blah. And yeah, you never know what you're going to turn out and going to have. But let me tell you what, that is right on. That is the way to do it. So, anyways, as always, I thank you all so much for tuning in, checking out what I'm up to. Have a good day. See ya.